and welcome back to another video. Today, I'll be going over all of the recent leaks regarding the possibility of Vecna from Dungeons & Dragons, as well as Dracula from Castlevania coming into Dead by Daylight. Just before we get into the video, I would like to credit Schmuckles for bringing this information out, because all these leaks and rumors come from the comment section of his video, so make sure to go check out his channel in the description below. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Recently, there's been rumors going around by a commenter named Gumpy in Schmuckles' comment section. If you are a fan of Schmuckles, like I am, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. So, I'm going to quickly summarize everything that's happened so far in this situation, and then get to my thoughts about it. Starting roughly around December of last year, a commenter on one of Schmuckles' videos had claimed that we would get Chucky, which at that point was already confirmed, so no big deal. After that, he then claimed Alan Wake would come for the Chapter 30.5 mid-chapter, which, as we all know now, was true. And then after Alan Wake, he then said that we would be getting an original chapter. All of this has lined up completely. All of it's been correct. Alan Wake's come out, original chapters come out, and Chucky's come out. All correct. But there's more. Gumpy has also claimed that after Chapter 31, we would see Vecna from Dungeons & Dragons, not Stranger Things, come to Dead by Daylight, followed by Dracula from Castlevania. This is all that we have to go off of. We don't know what's added. We don't know if there's going to be a map with Vecna, Survivor with Vecna, a map with Dracula, a Survivor with Dracula. All we know is the license and the killers coming in the next two chapters. Now, guessing Alan Wake and then an original chapter in of itself is not too convincing. They could both have just been lucky guesses. We already knew it was going to be a licensed survivor. We suspected it, and it had to have been an original chapter. We had four licensed chapters before it, because I mean, Alan Wake, Chucky, Alien, and Nicolas Cage. We had to get an original chapter eventually. But by the end of this, I guarantee you guys, you will be convinced about Gumpy too. A little while later, after his first comment, Gumpy had claimed yet again that Chapter 30.5 would be Alan Wake, coming along with the Saga Anderson legendary skin, both of which were 100% correct. He then continued to state that Chapter 31 would be an original killer similar to Legion, being that they're three humanoid/alien monsters. Again, this is correct because when we look at the All Things Wicked chapter release, the Unknown had released with two unique skins that had turned him into three different characters. His base skin, which was like a male sort of character, and then the two ones from the store, the eyeless woman, the old lady, and the high school cheerleader, which lines up perfectly with three humanoid/alien monsters, because in the Unknown's lore, it hints that he could be an extraterrestrial monster, but like in this leak, it's not telling us which one is which. And then, in a later comment on another of one of Schmuckles' videos, he commented that this AI picture, which you guys can see right up here, is kind of similar to what the killer is. Two girls, one guy. Now, the appearance of the AI art is not spot on at all, really. It does not look anything like the Unknown. The description, however, having skins as two girls and one guy, is. Now, in the last comment made by Gumpy that we know, he had claimed a few days before the mid-chapter for the Unknown that there would be a town map and a gothic girl, both of which appear to be true, as in Greenwell Square's description, it calls the map a slice of small-town Americana, as you can see up here. And in Sable's lore, which you can also see up here, it says that some called her Goth, alluding to that Sable is a goth girl and Greenville Square is a town map. And that is the end of Gumpy's comments so far. But to add even more evidence to Gumpy's claims, 2024 is the Dungeons & Dragons 50th anniversary, and they happen to be celebrating this 50th anniversary with new collaborations, such as Pop-Tarts, Lego, Hawaiian t-shirts. Even Stumble guys have collaborated with Dungeons & Dragons for their 50th anniversary, as well as a brand new Vecna-themed campaign called Vecna Eve of Ruin. According to many sources, the Vecna Eve of Ruin campaign is supposed to release on May 21st, 2024, which just happens to be a Tuesday. the same day of the week that the 4th, 5th, and 6th anniversary streams for Dead by Daylight occurred on. They all came out on Tuesdays. The DBD 7th anniversary stream was also going to be on the following Tuesday, but due to leaks, they had to stream early. The PTB, on the other hand, did still release on a Tuesday. So this likely means that Dead by Daylight's 8th year anniversary stream will likely land on this exact day, May 21st of 2024, which makes it all the more perfect for a Dungeons & Dragons crossover, including Vecna. And to add even more evidence on top, on the Greenville Square map, we can see on one of the arcade machines, which you guys can see in the background gameplay here, an image on one of the arcade machines that depicts two characters that very, very closely resemble both Simon and Richter from Castlevania. Now, I've never played Castlevania games or watched the Castlevania show, but this image looks almost spot on to Simon and Richter, which likely means it's an Easter egg hinting towards Castlevania's inclusion in the fog. Now that we got all the evidence out of the way, let's discuss what I think regarding these leaks. Personally, I do 100% believe that Dungeons & Dragons, as well as Castlevania, will be coming for Year 9 Dead by Daylight without a doubt. Almost everything Gumpy has said, except for the AI art, which still was mostly correct, has all been correct, except the AI art. And even one of the most credible and reliable Dead by Daylight leakers, Dweet, has also vouched for Gumpy, which really makes me convinced that these leaks are really true, because Dweet has been incorrect twice. Out of all the track record, I can really only think of him being incorrect twice. One being when people believed that Bubba was going to be leaving the game, and another, which he still says is correct, is a Hawkins Rainbow Room map. So take that for what you will, but I 100% believe that D&D and Castlevania are coming for Year 9. And honestly, I would be quite excited if they are going to add these new types of chapters into Dead by Daylight. Because Dungeons & Dragons and Castlevania, while having some horror-like aspects to them, are completely different themes that we have not seen explored yet in Dead by Daylight. I mean, we saw a little bit with Attack on Titan, and a little bit with other things, like Resident Evil, those kind of things, but those still had horror elements to it. But honestly, I'm all for it. Imagine how the maps will look. Some sort of dungeon-themed map coming with Vecna, and Dracula's Castle is a map coming with Castlevania. These would be insane maps, and some of the best yet. If these are the maps, though, I really hope they get the alien treatment with so many, like, the alien map had tons of Easter eggs, and I'd love to see that for these two maps as well. This also means we are one step closer to seeing Magic the Gathering and Darth Vader come into Dead by Daylight. But those are discussions for another video.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations. Demo gaming.
I've also seen concerns in the community that if we get Dungeons & Dragons Vecna, we'll never see Stranger Things Vecna come to Dead by Daylight. And I can say very confidently, no. We are definitely going to see both if Dungeons & Dragons Vecna does come to Dead by Daylight. As you can see here, Stranger Things and D&D have collaborated in the past, using both their versions of Vecna to sell a pop figure collection, as you can see here. They also added the Stranger Things version of Demogorgon into Dungeons & Dragons, as well as Dungeons & Dragons provided them with source materials for their Vecna that Netflix could use what they wanted for their version of Vecna. So those two companies seem to be on a very good page and very good terms with each other, which is great. And they also have very different power sets and look completely different. So I do believe there's no reason that both of them cannot be included as long as both their powers are different. Stranger Things Vecna, he goes into people's minds, he rules the Upside Down, he rules the Mind Flayer, controls beings in the Upside Down, has portals, obsessed with clocks and time and all that. Dungeons & Dragons Vecna is a multiversal lich with abilities beyond comprehension. There are two completely different power sets. But if you'd like, you can go see a power concept I have for the Stranger Things Vecna up here in the corner. But again, if their powers are too similar, which I do not think they would be, they could always add Stranger Things Vecna legendary skin on D&D's Vecna, since they have collaborated in the past. But I really do think they should just add both killers into Dead by Daylight. Simple as that. So, without a doubt, I can say that I am already quite excited for Year 9 of Dead by Daylight, because it looks to be the most unique so far. With Castlevania and Dungeons & Dragons, as well as possibly even more surprises like we got Nicolas Cage and Chucky this year, man, I cannot wait to see what Behavior has in store for us. But that will be it for this video, folks. I'll be releasing a video soon about my predictions regarding Year 9 of Dead by Daylight, so if you'd be interested in that, please consider subscribing and stay tuned to my channel. Again, I'd like to thank you all so much for reaching my 500 subscriber goal, as it means so much to me, and I never thought I would get that far this fast. And I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.